of the North Anti-Violence Committee. Just a powerful voice, uniting us in the North community, letting that you gotta understand something about the female voice. The female voice is the voice of war. People don't know that. War is feminine. It's a whole nother concept, but we go to war to protect our woman. When your woman is leading you, that means we got more work to do. This woman right here is out in the forefront. She's a leader. Means we got more work to do, brothers, because she speaks way too loud. We need some more masculine voices to really give her the impact she deserves. But beautiful SeeAsia Earth.
Especially when you move away, I moved to North Carolina and I'm back visiting. And when you leave away and you come back, you can actually see it. You can feel it, the low frequency. You could tell that there's death in the air. Even if no one ever called me, which they do every day, you could still feel that there's something wrong and there's something going on. And you can even feel that something's coming. You could feel all of that. And I think one of the problems that, if you look at Nork and you look at the locks, and you look at the babies, they be as young as his age with fatigue coats on and their hair locked up, little militants. So they are exposed to the wisdom. They're exposed to some sort of information that in their mind and in their psyche to prepare them to be little soldiers, little warriors. I mean, when I see them bopping up and down the street with army coats on, and I know we were young when we were doing it, but when I see them at 5 and 6, even in this time, walking up and down the street with military coats on and the bop and the mentality, I know we have the potential, they just need the spark. And I notice when a lot of the sisters get out there to speak to them, I mean, I've mentored many of Bloods in this community in North, many of Bloods and Crips in the community, and I know that one of the things that the brothers are missing is the courage to step to them in terms of what it is that they need to do. You got brothers that just came in here that are from the hood right there on the corner up the street, that are other street organizations. And they respect when you have a dialogue with them. They respect when you can identify with them. They don't respect when you can shame, when you don't identify, when you don't have any historical knowledge of how it got to this way, when you don't have any historical information in terms of not just in terms of the fallout of what happened and the infiltration that happened, because it's been infiltrated, there's no question. There's a lot of agent provocateurs in the street organizations right now. These brothers, if you're coming home in a day,
come on, man.
you know, you gotta question that. You know, you gotta question what's really going on, because that's the problem. There's a lot of silos of agents now out in the streets. You know, that's the new culture, the agent blood, the agent crib. And so the man is being replaced with the agents. So if you ask me what it is that we need to do in terms of to reverse it, we have to educate the last Mohegans, because that agent is about to come back out here and take about 20 men and women with him. And he's about to get 5 years probation. And we gotta educate everybody. We can't look at everyone as an agent, but we gotta educate them in the urgency and know that at any moment, the brothers and sisters that you can see on the corner can go down in about 20 at one time. Because it takes one person to get locked up and come back out and take that whole community with them. Our whole communities are being taken down at one time by one rat. One rat. Because and that one rat feels like, I'm pissed, nobody saved me. So we didn't educate them. The black man in the hood is scared of his own children. He's scared of his own brother. Wow. He doesn't even have the courage to tell him to pull up his pants. It's me, mother, or brothers that are in powerful places that are telling them that. But they respect it when they can look you in your eye and they can identify. When they can identify when there's a connection, when you're not too far removed. See, you got to still have the same face and the same. See, Ross is good. See, Brother Axe in terms of talked about him being in a mayoral position. I appreciate Ross's position as he is as a councilman, because he's still able to connect to the people. See, he's a mayor by power, and he's already the mayor by respect. He's already mayor by establishment. He doesn't need that position per se because he'll be distorted, possibly. You know, they'll come after him. They will not allow him to be the same man, powerful, be the man. Then he'll become a politician. See, he's respected as the activist and as the man as he is. So he's in a place that he could still identify with the people. And that's why he has so much power. And then you put him in places where the people can identify, he'll lose that. And that's what we have to gain, is that respect in our community where they can identify with you, where a rat will feel bad about being a rat, where a blood will feel bad about being a gangster blood, or you know, somebody that's not representing but gang banging. He'll feel bad about that. We have to be able to reconnect with them and let them know that we identify, and that's why I've been so respected in terms of what I do, because I've learned to maintain, even though at any time I can abandon the whole movement, like Oil said, it's days where you just want to, you know, I lost my daughter to the streets. She's 17 years old. She's been in the movement, you know, and she's out there. She's blood, as a matter of fact, right now. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I found out recently. So, I mean, and she grew up with the teacher since 3 years old. Wow. But that's part of the sacrifice when you want to teach the masses. I'll surrender her for all of you. Wow. I'll do that. I accepted that. So when the hood know you do that, you'll trade in your own for them. When the hood knows that you'll lay it down for them, you know, then you'll get the respect that you deserve. You can't come in and just talking. You got to be able to reconnect and re-identify with them. You got to be at the funerals. Unfortunately, you have to live the culture of death for a second in order to identify with them, to bring them back to life, to living. We got to go into the grave, pull them out of there to get them back to the respect for living. And that's just what it is. It's the sacrifice. And you might die in the struggle. You might lose some of yours, but your children's children will be blessed. Like Oil said, we got to think about 200 years from now. See, even if I compromise my daughter at this state, my grandchildren will be blessed because of what we've done. My great-grandbabies, your babies will be blessed. Anybody who's connected to me will be blessed. And as long as we think like that, if we continue to keep that connection, no matter how far we could be. I mean, I run a movement right now called A Queen by All Means. I organize women, and I'll pass the mic. I organize women, A Queen by All Means, a movement as weaponry against the brothers who don't want to listen. That's right. I took beautiful women. I organized 20 beautiful women from D.C., Ohio. We're on our 4th event. You know, in Raleigh, North Carolina. We've already done Maryland. We've done D.C. I've organized 20 women, and I'm going to keep it real. I used to be in the pimping game, under the ban as a 5%er. I had some heat against me for it, and I don't regret a minute of it. But those skills as a madam was what gave me the ability to be able to organize women outside of that game. And I took 20 of the most beautiful, righteous women who still identify with women who are still going through it, including myself. I'm still going through it. I haven't made it. But I took those women as a weapon to bring in the men. To bring in the men. And they don't mind being used if it means to resurrect our brothers again. But we have events to attract you. We have events to attract women who are aspiring to grow and to reach their higher selves. Because black women are a part of this problem too. Black women in our anger, I say our because I still deal with it, doing work like this to keep keep nurturing and cultivating the anger in me. But I organized that movement to bring women together to attract the babies and the men again, since we are the way and we're the bridge. And it works. And it's respected. So one of the reasons why A Queen by All Means is respected, because we have not ascended too far where we can't identify with our babies and our men. And I want to keep it that way. And that's what we need in terms of the streets and to reconnect with our people again, is to even if you have the opportunity to go as high and as far as you would like to, even if you have the opportunity to turn your back, which I know many of us in this room have, the opportunity to. If we wanted to turn our back and be financially abundant, we really could. You know what I'm saying? We really could. I could really, you know, throw my straight hair wig on, put my pumps on, you know, tuck my locks under that piece, put a suit on, and make it proper. And earn my 70 grand and you know, and stack and flip that and leave this place and not think a second about it. But the reality is that it's innately, and I'm in a divine position where I can't, like Oil said. I can't. I've wrestled with this thing, I've fought with it, I've struggled with it, and I can't. And one of the things that keep me grounded is to kind of sabotage myself to some extent. To you know, if I make myself perfect, I'll leave you. But if I continue to deal with my stuff and continue to go through things and be here amongst us, it keeps me in a position where you can look at me and identify, and I can identify with you. And so that way I'm not disconnected. I still stay in the struggle so I can be a person of service and counsel to the brothers and sisters.
What I got from what she just said, we can't be so far removed to go talk to the people that we need to talk to, like the brothers in the street that may not do things the way we do. We have to talk to them because that's our people, and we're not going to change this without them. It's about them. So that's kind of what I get from you. And we need to have some nuts in doing it. We got to, black men, step up and address these young brothers and show them a different image of black manhood outside of the